Hello, everyone. Welcome to Everything Football. The Barclays. Is it still the Barclays? Hey, real football is back. I cannot wait for it to get started. So, as always, just like the previous two seasons, we will be going through the predictions and the match previews for all the 10 games this match week. As always, too, let me know in the comment section what your predictions are as we go through it. So, first game of the week will be Crystal Palace against Arsenal. Last season, Crystal Palace beat Arsenal by 3-0. It was a very, very tough game for Arsenal. Probably cost Arsenal the Champions League football. Crystal Palace is never an easy team to play against. Last season, they beat Arsenal there. They beat Tottenham there. They drew with Man City. They also beat Man United. So it's never easy to play against Crystal Palace. I think Arsenal will get a win here. They've been great in pre-season. So I'm going to go for Crystal Palace 1, Arsenal 2. It's going to be a very tight game. It's not going to be easy at all. 2-1 to Arsenal. The second game of the weekend will be Fulham against Liverpool. Fulham against Liverpool. I mean, you would expect Liverpool to win this one for sure. This is like the third season in a row something Liverpool are playing against a newly promoted team in the Premier League in the first game of the season. I think they did that with Leeds a couple of seasons ago. They did it with also Norwich a week of years ago as well. And now it's Fulham in the first game of the season. They were so unlucky not to win all 4 trophies last season. They ended up with FA Cup and Carabao Cup. Should have won. So close to winning the Champions League. So close to winning the Premier League. In fact, if it wasn't for Man City existing, Liverpool would have had like 3-4 Premier League titles in a row. In this one, I think Liverpool will get the win. I think Fulham will survive the Premier League. But the first game of the season is going to be tough for them. So I am going to go for Fulham 1. Liverpool 3, a 3-1 win for Liverpool. Fulham will score a goal. I expect them to score a goal. Liverpool are very good at keeping clean sheets, but at Fulham, I think they'll score. They were so good in scoring goals last season. They were scoring 6s and 7s in the Championship. Different level, but I think they have the quality to score goals. Next game will be Tottenham against Southampton. This will be the middle kickoffs for Saturday. The games that come at the same time. Tottenham against Southampton. Last season, Southampton beat Tottenham at this ground. But with the new season feeling fresh at their home ground, I think Tottenham will pick up the win. I don't think it's going to be easy. I actually don't think any game is going to be easy in the opening day. But I think Tottenham will pick up a win, and that will be Tottenham 2, Southampton 1. Southampton is never an easy team to play against. I've actually seen a lot of people predicting Southampton to go down. I've predicted them to finish in the top 10. That is just crazy, like the difference between the predictions. For me, I still think they have the quality forward players. The likes of Ward-Prowse are still there. Real Romeo, I think they'll do well. But not in this game, though. Tottenham 2, Southampton 1. The next game will be Bournemouth against Aston Villa, newly promoted Bournemouth up against Aston Villa, another team that I've predicted to do very, very well. Aston Villa, I have them in the top 10 as well. Bournemouth, I'm expecting it to be a tough season. So good to have them back in the Premier League, by the way. I remember when they had the likes of Callum Wilson, Josh King. It was very interesting watching them. I think it's going to be a very entertaining first game. I think they won't lose at home in the first game. I have Aston Villa doing well, but not in this game. I mean, they won't lose, but I'm going to go for Bournemouth 2, Aston Villa 2. I think they'll start the season off on a high. Bournemouth, I think it's going to be a very entertaining game in terms of goals, the likes of Watkins and all those guys. Bournemouth 2, Aston Villa 2. The next game at the same time will be the money machine, Newcastle up against newly promoted Nottingham Forest. Now, I have Nottingham Forest going down this season, unfortunately for them. I do expect them to pick up some good results throughout the season, but the first game of the campaign, Newcastle finished the season on a high. I think they literally won every single home game from January to May, and I think that will continue into a new season. I have gone for Newcastle to beat Nottingham Forest by 1-0. It's going to be a tight game, but Newcastle will eventually get the win. Next up will be another game at the same time, Leeds against Wolves. Now, last season, Leeds really struggled, only survived on the last day. And Wolves started the season very well, but in the second part of the campaign, they really, really struggled, conceded goals, despite keeping a lot of clean sheets at the beginning of the season. This one, I am going to go for... I'm used to Leeds scoring a lot of goals and Wolves not conceding a lot of goals. So I'm going to go for a draw here. I'm going to go for Leeds 1, Wolves 1. Leeds have made a few signings. Wolves have the likes of Neto are now fit, I think it's going to be a 1-1 draw. I think Wolves have also turned to a back four now from a back five, so I think they'll concede a goal in this game. Next up will be the late kickoff on Saturday. That is going to be Everton against Chelsea. Chelsea's bogey team. Last season they beat them. Actually, if Chelsea beat Everton last season, probably Everton would have gone down. But since Everton won that game against Chelsea, they built up their confidence and they ended up beating Leicester after a few days as well. And they ended up surviving. But in this one, I am going to go for Chelsea to have it tough again, but they will get a win here in the first game of the season. Everton have not looked that great. Chelsea have not looked that great as well in preseason, but Everton have been conceding goals to the likes of Blackpool and all those guys, and I think that will continue, unfortunately for them. I have gone for Chelsea 2, Everton 0. The next games on Sunday, 3 games on Sunday. I will go first with the Man United game up against Brighton. Last season, again, Brighton smashed United by 4-0 when they went to Amex Stadium. But at Man United's ground, Man United did win. I think Brighton got a red card in that match. New season and everything. I think Man United will be ready for the new season. I mean, they're not that great in terms of signing players like the likes of Man City and Liverpool, but I think they'll definitely do better at the beginning of the campaign, like they always do. Like last season, they started with a huge win against Leeds in the first game. So in this one, I am going to go for Man United to get a win. I have gone for Man United 2, Brighton 1. After that, at the same time, actually, will be a team that hasn't made any signings: Leicester City against Brentford. Um, this one, I mean, I don't expect both teams to do well at all this season. To be fair, Leicester have not signed any players, in Brentford's second season syndrome. I have gone for Leicester 2, Brentford 2 in this one. A good game to watch. The likes of Bemo, Vardy will all get in the score sheet. A good game to start this season off with. And then the final game of the weekend will be West Ham against Manchester City. Last season, Man City won the league as always. This game, though, they drew this game. Mahrez missed a penalty. West Ham were very good last season, were unlucky not to get Europa League football after losing on the last day against Brighton. I am going to go for, I expect City to win the league again this season. The likes of Haaland, De Bruyne to fire once again. De Bruyne is fit. The last season and the last few seasons as well, he's been struggling with injuries, but this season it looks like he's going to feature in the entire season, hopefully for his sake. I've gone for the game of the weekend here. West Ham 2, Manchester City 3. A good game to watch right there. West Ham 2, Manchester City 3. Next up is the bonus questions. The bonus questions. Total number of goals to be scored this week. I have gone for 31. I'm expecting a lot of goals. Especially in the Fulham Liverpool game. I'm expecting like 4 more in the Bournemouth Aston Villa game. I'm expecting both teams to score in the Man United Brighton game, both teams to score in the Leicester Brentford game, City West Ham expecting a high scoring match, and Tottenham Southampton expecting both teams to get on the score sheet. Same with Crystal Palace Arsenal. The only team I'm expecting to keep a clean sheet this weekend is Newcastle. Maybe one of Leeds and Wolves might have gone for a 1-1. It could end up being a 0-0. And probably Chelsea, since Richarlison has left, Calvert-Lewin is injured, Chelsea could keep a clean sheet in this one. As Pelicat has just signed a new contract, he's happy to go. So I can only see 4 teams at most keeping a clean sheet this week. And obviously the likes of Man City and Liverpool can end up keeping clean sheets. But for me, out of the 20 teams, I'm expecting 4 to keep a clean sheet at most. So total number of goals, 31. Now, a lot of goals to be scored. Next up is one player to definitely score this weekend. A lot of people would say the easier one, the likes of Salah, the likes of maybe whoever starts up front for Man United, maybe Gabriel Jesus for Arsenal. But for me, I am going to go for a different one from the Bournemouth Aston Villa game that I've predicted 2-2 draw. I am going to go for Watkins to score against the newly promoted Bournemouth away from home. Ollie Watkins, to open his account. He's not going to be part of the top scorers or anything, but expecting him to do well. I'm expecting Aston Villa to do well. So Watkins to get the goal there in the 2-2 draw, get one of the goals. So those are my predictions. Let me know what your predictions are. Which game are you looking forward to most? Premier League is back. Cannot wait. Thank you for watching. Keep staying safe, and I'll catch up with you guys on the next one.